Okay, good evening. We are live. We're live on Pump.Fun and you. Oh, I'm getting a bit of feedback. Uh, How can I? All right, is that working now? Yep, sorry about that. Cool. So, yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. I was in Turkey on my holidays, so sorry I wasn't here last week. And yeah, a lot of interesting things happened actually in the last couple of weeks. A couple of big projects dropped, um, particularly Aster and Plasma. And I think we actually talked about Plasma, like the pre-sale for Plasma on one of these streams months ago. And I think that turned out to be like a 30x for anyone who got into it. And I was all over it. I was ready to ape into it, but yeah, it sold out within like 30 seconds, so I didn't manage to get in, unfortunately. But yeah, that did extremely well, and Astra as well. Confusion, I assume you were all over that. I completely missed it.
Yeah. Asta, yeah, I did catch Asta fairly early, like
Nice.
0.18 or 0.15 or something.
Jesus,
Yeah, but I didn't put
you're
a
cooked,
crazy
bro.
amount in, but like because it wasn't clear at the time. It was
Yeah,
more clear when I think CZ posted a chart and it went to point 0.5 and then it was more clear. But then I didn't buy anymore. But yeah, that was a really good cook. And I'm still holding some, like I cut some and holding some. I still think it's got upside, even though have you tried the product? I don't think the product is that good, but I just think it's
no, I
by
haven't.
Binance. So, you know.
Yeah, have you tried it?
Yeah, so you can farm it. There's like a big airdrop
Yeah,
coming. I mean, it's very over farmed, so I'm not really expecting to get much, but I have been using it just to farm, like longing BNB or I actually shorted hype on it like last week because I thought maybe CZ gives extra points for showing competitors, but
yeah,
I closed that. But yeah, I've just been opening. I think they reward initially they were rewarding like wash trading, but now they reward you for holding positions and being profitable. So yeah, it's pretty
is
good.
it is there a points program or are you just guessing?
Yeah. Yeah, you can see your points and mine aren't that
I
good.
see.
Like I think if you'd started on day one, you would have got like tons of points, but I didn't. It's like people are mass farming it now, so I don't think it's gonna be that good. And I think the first airdrop, like you'll find out about it on October the 5th. That's when season one ends.
Yeah, because I was away, I'm just gonna miss this, and I've seen Lighter as well, which is another perp dex. Like their points are selling like for really much higher than people were expecting. So it's kind of like you know perps, especially perp dexes are like one of crypto's killer use cases, and obviously hype proved that out. And yeah, like these are going to get very high valuations. So I guess people are like we've yet to see if another perp dex airdrop is going to be profitable or if it was just a one-off with Hyperliquid. But yeah, it looks like the people who farmed lighter are going to do really well. But I don't know. For me, I feel like it's probably a little bit late, and I'd be looking at other places to farm. But at the same time, like there's no harm if you have the time and you have a bit of spare capital to do a bit of hedged wash, well, not wash trading, but a bit of hedged trading, like open a long on Aster and then open a short on lighter and just try and get a bit of extra bit of points for both of those airdrops.
Yeah, you can do a bit of delta neutral farming, right? So yeah, like I think Light is pretty good. Even Avantis, like I didn't farm it, but I heard the airdrop was very good for that, which is the
Yeah,
base
you mentioned
one.
that. You
Yeah.
mentioned that in our last stream, I think.
Yeah, yeah, that one. And then there's a new one that I've just opened recently called Pacifica. And I think that one stands out to me because it's on Solana.
I've heard
And
of it.
also, oh, you heard of it? Yeah. So you know it's like by some of the people who used to work at FTX, not SBF, but
Really
like yeah. So that one looks
cool.
good because it's self-funded like Hype, whereas I think Lighter and most of the others are VC funded. So yeah, I think Pacifica might be good for an airdrop.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and farm that then because yeah, I've seen a couple of people talking about that. Um, yeah,
There's
that's
some
Aster.
AI. It has some AI with it that helps you do perp trading as well. I haven't checked it yet, but on
Really
Pacifica, yeah. But I don't know how good it is, but yeah. It's a bit different, I
That's a cool
guess.
little addition, yeah. Um, yeah, so that Aster was one of the big projects that I missed while I was away, and obviously Plasma came out. What are your thoughts? Oh, Plasma's dumping right now. Um,
I okay, so I was initially bullish, and because Hyperliquid listed it on perps like pre-TG, like pump.
mm, yeah,
So I
this
was
was all
trading it
here.
exactly.
Oh,
It
sorry.
was at point 0.8, point 0.6, point 0.7, like around there, and I was opened it long, but then I closed it and I reopened it. I think I opened one at 1 again, but then I closed it at 1.5. I did trade it a bit, and then everyone kept shitting on the timeline, like Rasma, Cooker, like all the Solana people. And then I read the some of the team is X Blast, which made me bearish. And then also they have high emissions, so I think $5 million or something every day's emissions coming out of
Jesus.
this. And then I had FUD that the team is selling, and I don't know, like the narrative's good, and I'm sure it can come back, but I just didn't want to. I just like because a lot of people miss Asta, they went all in on this. It's like when people miss Trump and they went all in on Barron or Melania. I think that's what happened here.
Yeah,
So pretty
potentially.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, and like right now, there's 300. I don't know if you can see that, but the funding on is like 360%. So if you want, there's a bit of delta neutral opportunity there if anyone's interested, because people are
What?
really trying to long this bottom. It
Yeah.
seems.
Yes. It sounds really horrible, but I think it can go to like point 0.5 or something, because it's just got bag holders after bag holders, and then pre-sale, like you said, pre-sale people are up like 30x or 100x or whatever. So yeah, if you
Yeah,
did Kobe's
that's true.
first echo round, you're up like 300x. This was like hardly anyone did this. Like it was like last year when because they got in at like a 10 million valuation or something.
That's
So
insane.
yeah. So what do you think of it? Like, would you be looking here?
Um, I have to look into it a bit more now. I did write a big. I need to check what is the actual valuation on it, because I
Um,
wrote a report on it a few months ago when I was like trying to get into the pre-sale, and yeah, I had like, I think I was like, this is basically a no-brainer. It's like there's no way that this will trade below 500 million. When you compare, it to something like Tron, like the amount of stable coins that could come onto this, it was like, yeah, an easy 10 or 20 bagger. But it's still probably what, 10x what the pre-sellers got in it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So it does have upside. It's just a shame about the FUD, which makes me not want to look at it anymore. So
Yeah, it could be fairly valued now or something.
yeah, but then there might be better ones like Zcash, which I was going to mention,
Oh
is going
yeah, what was going
crazy.
on there? Yeah, Zcash went on a ripper. I don't think it's on Hyperliquid. We can open trading view, but yeah, I guess like obviously the big narratives of this cycle were stable coins, and perp dexes, and I guess Pump.Fun. Uh, but like there's actually quite a few competitors coming out against Plasma. I think there's one of the one called there this one I can't remember. Like Stripe is releasing one. I think there's one called Stable. There's a few like L1 specifically for stable coins that are kind of all saying that they want to do the same thing. And to be honest, I still don't really get what the purpose of having its own chain, but I suppose they just want to capture that premium for themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then Zcash, what the hell happened here? That is insane.
I bought the top, I think. I bought some today because
I mean,
I couldn't figure out, I was too lazy to figure out how to buy it. And I realized you can buy it on Solana. And I wish
really?
someone had told me this like 2 days ago when I wanted to buy it. Yeah. You can buy on, yeah, Mert was showed a way to do it. So yeah, the reason why it pumped is those are the big KOLs showed it. So Kobe, Path, and Naval. Naval showed it. yesterday and today again. And then
And
this big
Mert.
But yeah, and then this big like VC firm, Grace, no, who are they called? I don't know, it's a massive like firm shielded today as well. Grayscale, that's it.
Okay, scale.
Grayscale
And
tweeted
then,
it.
and why is Monero not also pumping? I wonder.
Apparently Monero had some attacks to it, so it's not safe now. So there's only
Okay.
Zcash. I haven't like verified that, but that's what I literally bought the top on this, right? On this Zcash thing, but yeah, let's see. I'll just hold
Yeah,
it.
that's a monster pump for for such an old coin and such a high market cap coin. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, when is Hype gonna list it? They haven't listed it yet. So I was
Yeah.
like, everyone's lazy, or at least I'm lazy now. Just wait for Hyperliquid to list something.
Actually, another project that I wanted to mention before we move on, going back to XBL, like a similar kind of, I'm not sure, well, I'm sure you've heard of it, is USD AI. So that's kind of somewhat, it's not similar at all to XBL, but it's potentially a similar style of opportunity. And they actually DM'd me and like trying to a while ago, and I kind of didn't get back to them, unfortunately. But
Uh,
yeah, basically they keep raising the cap so you can deposit USDC or USDT, and they're using those stables to fund AI projects. So funding like data AI, what's it like compute and stuff, something like that. And yeah, it's kind of got like stable coins plus AI narrative, and yeah, like legit project, really well done. So if you can get into the next funding rounds, yeah, it's probably a very, very good idea. And then ape into the pre-sale. I think they're doing the exact same strategy that Plasma did. So if you didn't know what Plasma did, basically you could deposit stable coins into Plasma, and then for however many stable coins that you deposited, you could buy a certain allocation into Plasma at that 500 million valuation. So USD AI are doing the same thing. I don't know if you've seen this or you know anything about this as well.
yeah, I've seen it. I agree. It's probably going to be good to farm. I'm probably not going to do it because it's too much effort for me. But Kook and everyone has been talking about it, and yeah, it does look good. The narrative's good,
Yeah,
but I'm just gonna probably fade it. There's been tons of pre-sales recently. I've just faded most of them, but this one does look good.
yeah. I wish I kept a closer eye on this, but I think I'm going to research it a bit further and make a video on it, and try and get into the next funding round or deposit caps whenever it does go live. Um, yeah, well, moving on from stables, you mentioned before the call, so you longed Pump.Fun, but you also longed Launch Coin, and so Launch Coin has kind of been coming back. Like I think we for some reason we always talk about Launch Coin. Like it's not even like a big bag of mine at all, but I don't know. We always seem to talk about it, but it's actually fine. Like we said, for some reason we both just kind of got a feeling that it was probably a good buy here when everyone thought it was completely dead. And
Hmm.
yeah, it's kind of has looked like now it's bottomed to the higher low, now doing a higher high. Um, they're bringing out Launch Coin 2.0, and yeah, I don't know if you know more about what's coming down the pike for it, why it's doing
Um,
well.
yeah, so the rumor is the Launchcoin 2.0 is the flywheel. So that's why it's been going up. And then loads of Launchcoin projects are doing really well, like tons. Like so it's proving itself. Like P Polycule went to all-time high today, like 40 million.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about
KLED
Polycule as well.
KLED
And
started on
Killed.
launch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um yeah,
Excuse me.
so yeah.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, so a lot of the projects that were built on Launchcoin, like maybe we can talk about Cled. Cled released their app and it got a load of signups, and I don't know if you saw any more bullish things, but Cled absolutely ripped. It was went from 8 million up to almost 40 million in like a day or something. So that was pretty mad. Which we've talked about Cled extensively, and Polycule as well. Absolutely
Yeah,
ripping as well.
you have to. It's changed the name now. It's PMX. Or did it come up? Oh, it came up. That's fine. Yeah, they've
Oh,
rebranded to Poly, like a prediction market something. Yeah, so
oh,
prediction
cool.
market exchange maybe something like that. So
Yeah. So basically, what? Oh yeah, yeah. Polycule now has launched their own prediction market, or is going to launch their own prediction market.
they've launched. Yeah,
Um.
they've launched. They've launched. So basically, anyone can make a prediction market now on there. A yes or no question, and then what happens is it's a pre-sale happens. It has to fill, I think, 20 sol, and then it launches. So then it has liquidity straight away. And then the people who did the liquidity get like a reward and they get a refund or something. It's something like that. So it's a pretty cool concept. So I don't know. I think they're taking market share away from some of the other ones. So I have to see if
That's
it
really
carries
cool.
on. But it's pretty cool, right? Like,
Yeah,
so
that's sick. And I believe they're partnered with Meteora to do this.
yeah, Meteora, Mobi, Alliance DAOs, they got a pretty good partnership. So it's actually on the website now, yeah. So PMX, I don't know if it's linked to the DEX, but
Okay.
there's let me see, because I think I used it like pmx.trade. Yeah, that's what it is.
uh, I won't say what their tweets are saying. Anyway, yeah. Oh, in regards to Meteora as well, I don't know if you saw, like, I was a big farmer for Meteora, and they have said they're doing their airdrop this month, so I'm very much looking forward to that.
Nice.
Um, yeah. So, yeah, Polycule, that's a crazy pump, almost a 4x. Uh, yeah, I like this one. I like Cled. I actually did take a bit of profits on it. I think I've been bag holding it for so long, and then just randomly got this crazy pump. So that was nice. And then Launch Coin. Like, do we think this has legs?
I mean, I'm biased, still like got a position. Yeah, I think if he does do the flywheel, it does, but he just has to launch something. Like if he does do a flywheel, I think he should do a high profile launch or something on the same day so that they generate loads of revenue and do buybacks. Otherwise it won't. It'd be sell the news kind of probably sell the news kind of event. But yeah, I like
Yeah,
launch going here. I think he needs some new iPhones for his girlfriend. So
man, that video was ridiculous. I don't know if anyone who's watching didn't see that. Basically, his girlfriend bought what, like 4 or 5 of the new iPhones, like one for, I don't know, like one for her daily phone needs, one for, I don't know, upstairs in her house. Like, I don't know why you'd need multiple phones, but yeah, it's just, yeah, a bit ridiculous, but it makes for funny memes.
for real, yeah. It is pretty funny. Um, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I think I've got a good feeling about it this time, but he always lets us down, so we'll see.
Um, Another one that popped off, which I feel like, I'm not sure if you mentioned it, but I feel like it's something that you would have been all over, is Punk Strategy. They're
Yeah,
going
I
mental right
have
now.
been big on this. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I really like this token. So I have I have a bag of this, and I have so Punk Strategy. I guess if people don't know, is it's like automated. Like so, what it does is you buy the token. It has a 10% buy sell fee. The fees then buy CryptoPunks and then list them. I think 20% higher.
Yeah.
Um, and then once they sell, they buy the Punk Strategy token and burn it. It's a pretty cool flywheel as long as the NFT collections go higher in floor, which punks you would expect. And then they launched tons of other ones like Moonbird Strategy, which is another one I like, Pudgy Strategy, Ape strategy, and they're all doing pretty well. And I think what is happening is like they pre-announced some of the new ones, so people were front running. So they were buying the like I think it was cryptos. They were buying them before the token launch, and then selling to the bot that would buy them off them. So people were making a lot of money on the NFTs, and it kind of just brought back some energy to the market, and brought back some energy to the NFT market, I guess.
Yeah, and like, why is this massively outperforming punks? And does this need punks to go up? Like, what happens if punks the floor price drops?
It's a good
You know,
question. So Punk strategy is better than the other ones because all the other ones they launched, they buy back Punk strategy as well. It's like the master token. So this one's the
right?
best one. So then
Okay.
even if punks go down, yeah, it'll probably get a hit, but it wouldn't get hit at that too bad. Whereas the other ones would, I think. So yeah, but I think in theory, yeah, ideally you need the punks to keep going higher so that this thing keeps buying and selling from profits and burning the token. And it's a pretty cool idea, actually.
Yeah. How are punks doing? 50 ETH, not too bad. Moonbirds doing 3.4. Yeah, that's. I suppose it's okay. I feel like that's kind of high for CryptoPunks from what I remember. So they probably gotten a pump from this.
Yeah, I think they definitely have got a pump, and then with ETH, looking good again. I guess they should in theory carry on going up.
Yeah, and the other project that I wanted to touch on is Pump. Pump is
Pumping.
bouncing back strong. Yeah, Pump is pumping what it likes to do. I think we actually said if it gets back to this line in our last stream, it's a clear buy. And man, these imaginary lines have just been
We
ridiculous.
should have just set buy orders at those prices.
I know. Yeah, sometimes I just fade my own lines and like, oh, these lines are stupid, and then they just work for some reason.
It's crazy. And like, so what do you think of it here? Like, do you think it's going to go to all-time high, or is it topped?
While I was looking at the June analytics, I kind of like to look at, like, I was kind of a bit hesitant because I was looking at, let me see, like the metrics for Pump.Fun on the daily, and they hadn't come back yet. But now they have for some reason. So in the last 2 days, it's kind of bounced back strongly because it was just trending down and down and down. So like it's kind of. Let me see if there's one with revenue. This might not be the best one. That's the same one. Yeah, I kind of want to look at revenues. Pump.Fun June. And if the revenues are coming back, then I think it's bullish for the token. Is this the same one? Yeah, this is the one I was looking at. So I think this is the period where Bonk Fund took over, and you can see the revenue went to zero, and Pump Fund basically went to like 1.5 billion market cap, basically went to zero revenue, like 180,000, and then out of nowhere just completely bounced back, revenue 10x, and then it started dropping off again with this latest market crash, and now it's starting over the last 3 days. I wonder if you can zoom in on this. Not really, because I'd say people who are watching might not be able to see, but it dropped all the way from like an average of, let's say, 1.5 million daily revenue to 750k revenue, and now it's back up at 1.3 million the last couple of days. So yeah, that's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like you kind of have to anticipate, are they going to start making more revenue again? And like this, all this extreme revenue, 2.5 million, this was like the streaming meta going crazy. And I feel like the streaming meta is kind of quieting down a lot. So I don't know. I wouldn't be FOMOing into Pump.Fun right now. But because of this pump and because of this imaginary line. But yeah, I still hold a okay bag.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think you should be buying when the revenue is low, and then ideally taking profits like soonish. I mean,
Mm.
I'm quite degenerate, so I'll just carry on keeping my position open. I'll just set a stop loss, some point, or take profit or something. But sometimes it's annoying though, because I had a take profit on my launch coin bag and I forgot to change it and it hit. And then I had to reopen it slightly higher. So, but which is probably not a good habit. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's tricky, right? Because you don't want to kind of stop your winners as well. Like, Pump.Fun
Yeah.
comes up with a new way to make revenue because they could, because they've got so much money. So,
Mm.
I don't know. Maybe they'll hire some legit streamer to come over. Who knows?
Yeah, and they're still making like crazy revenue. And if you think that they can keep that going for the next year or so, then it's like massively undervalued for its market cap, like in comparisons to even something like Hyperliquid. And then like compared to everything else in crypto, which has like a price to revenue of in like infinitely overpriced. Pump.Fun's actually really cheap. Like even compared to the stock market, it would be cheap. But yeah, it's kind of the only problem is like, will people still be buying meme coins in a year's time? So that's kind of the bet.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Are you looking at anything right now, like to buy, like in the majors, or kind of, yeah, like apart from Pump or Hyperliquid, anything else you're looking at?
Um, Not particularly. How about yourself? I haven't been as locked in the last couple of weeks.
I kept
Hype's
thinking
bounced back a
about,
bit.
yeah, Hype is good. I did buy some Hype. So after I got sick of XPL, I just bought some Hype because I was like, it's not moved from where I bought it, but
Hmm.
I felt like I needed some more Hype anyway. So I just
Yeah.
thought on this pullback, I'll buy some Hype. And you know what? I kept looking at Pengu, but I never pulled the trigger, and it's up like 15%. But
Hmm.
Pengu interests me quite a bit because of abstracts and stuff. And yeah, seems pretty good.
Yeah. I'm still farming Polymarket. I still think that, like, I don't know if you saw, but there's a lot of hints that they're going to do an airdrop. I can show you. There's a little report that I wrote. I'll see if I can bring it up. How could I do this? Ah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, there's. See if I can find the tweet. Okay, I can't find the tweet I wanted to talk about, but
I
like,
think he replied to Fapital, right?
yeah, that was one of. I'll see if I can bring this up. Okay, I can't find it. Never mind. That's the problem with being live. Yeah, Polymarket replied to Fapital saying, like, Fapital said, I would love if a project that I used 3 years ago airdropped me 6 figures. And then Polymarket said, imagine that. But the other thing is, they filed something with the SEC to say that they want to potentially release a token.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the last little bit of a clue is this is trading at 35% that Polymarket will announce a token in 2025. So that's like pretty high chance that it's going to happen this year. And if not, probably next year. Like, I'd say it's more likely next year, but still, if the chances of them announcing a token were like much lower, like anytime like this wouldn't be that high. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking that this is like getting very probable and it's probably very underfarmed. And I wrote a a report for Blockmates if anyone wants to read that, if they're a subscriber to Blockmates.
Oh, nice. I will definitely
Yeah,
check that out.
yeah, I'll send it to you anyway if you want. And yeah, well, it's just basically like how to farm Polymarket. I think I've talked about most of the strategies, but it's a bit more in depth.
So did you see that the rumor is they're raising at 9 billion
Yeah, they raised at 10 billion, I
valuation, or
think.
10 billion? Yeah. So
10 billion.
yeah, any sort of potential airdrop would be a lot. So
Exactly. You have to
even
remember, like Hyperliquid airdropped at 4 billion, and that was like the biggest airdrop ever.
yeah.
So
So
it's a
even
big
if they
project.
do 4 billion too, that like say they keep the rest for whatever reason, that's still insane. So
Well, I mean, Hyperliquid airdropped at a 4 billion valuation.
oh no, sorry, as in if they say they 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 launch at 10 billion and they airdrop you like 4 billion of that supply.
Well,
Is
so
that how it
usually
works? Or
usually they like a normal airdrop is usually like 10% of the tokens for like an initial airdrop. Hyperliquid was unique in the fact that they airdropped 30% or 35%. So, and that was at a 4 billion valuation. So they airdropped like 1.5 billion or so of value. So if Polymarket was valued at 10 billion, they would only have to airdrop like 15% of their supply to get the same level of an airdrop that Hyperliquid got. But like, I don't know if it's going to be, if the token would be valued at 10 billion. Like that's pretty high. Like
yeah.
Pump.Fun is what, 5 billion. Hyperliquid's 45 billion though, so it's not like outrageously high either.
Yeah. No,
So
exactly. Yeah. So you know, I was going to say is speaking of prediction markets, we spoke about so Polymarket, Polycule. The other one I wanted to raise attention, I don't know if you've seen it, is Limitless. So I've been
yeah, I
using
think
it.
we talked about this last stream. I haven't used it yet actually. I've been meaning to.
Okay, so what's happening, I don't know if you've seen, is they're raising. So on Kaito, so if you, it's probably on the X profile actually, on the Limitless profile, they are doing a pre-sale for 75 million valuation, which is very low in my opinion.
That is
And
low.
yeah, so I think it's a guaranteed cook, but I think the market knows this because it's 100x oversubscribed. So they're offering
Oh my
1
god.
million and 100 million is in this pre-sale. There's like 3 days left. I would highly recommend if you have a Kaito account and you don't mind to do a KYC, you might not
Yeah,
get much, but I I have to think it's going to be pretty. It's going to be some sort of profitable. I mean, we could be wrong. Like, something could go wrong, but it just feels like a good one. But I personally haven't done it yet. But I'm just watching it, and I probably will do it maybe near the end. So
yeah, that sounds like free money. Even if you only can get a tiny amount in, it's probably going to be worth more than 75 million.
yeah, the thing is, you have to probably do a bit of size because imagine you get like 10% of what you put in. But and
Yeah.
also the reason
Well,
why it's a
it'd be
yeah
1%, would it not?
yeah
If you said
1%.
it's 100%, if it's 100x oversubscribed, it'll be
So
1% of whatever you put in.
So they're actually giving preference to people like yappers who talk about like I guess prediction markets and limitless, and then
Okay.
Kaito actually pumped quite a bit because if you stake Kaito, apparently that gives you an edge. And then I probably wouldn't recommend doing it because it's pumped already. People are going to sell like after the due date. So yeah, so
Interesting.
Kaito is interesting. I mean, you might just want a long Kaito. It might be too late to do that. I don't know. And then if you hold that Kaito NFT, I guess it's pumped already as well. So I wouldn't recommend buying that just to get into this.
Have you been farming Yap still, or have you been like using Kaido? Like I heard people are still making a good income from farming Yaps. I haven't done it at all, really.
No, I just like kind of get them naturally sometimes. I probably like you, but I don't like specifically farm it because I feel like it can ruin your account. If you
Okay,
like
yeah, yeah.
pick protocols, it depends, right? So say you're really into prediction markets and then you're doing polymarket farming, then it makes sense for you to do limitless, I guess, and talk about limitless all the time because it's good for your brand, I guess. It's in line
Yeah.
with your brand. But if you're just like talking about loads of different protocols every day, I just feel like, and I think even that guy Nikita Bia, he did say it. He said if you're like farming points for crypto protocols, you're gonna get banned or something's gonna happen to your account. I'm pretty sure he said that
Yeah.
recently.
You're
So
being
yeah,
nuked a bit.
you'll be new to it. Yeah, so you gotta be careful. But if I don't know, like if you have the time, it's probably gonna be positive EV.
Yeah. Is there anything else you were looking at over the last week
There
or
was another
two?
massive pre-sale yesterday. I didn't do it. It's called Legion. Again, so this one was even faster than Limitless. It got to 100 million in the pre-sale, like in like a few hours. The reason
This one?
why, let me see. No, it's not that one. It's probably the other Legion that comes up. Uh, I, c- I don't know. Maybe try just searching Legion and see what comes up. But basically, it's the curve. Do you remember curve from last cycle? CRV?
Must be this one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. It's the Curve founder, so that's why people
Okay.
automatically did it. But I think it's closed. I don't know. Like, it seemed pretty hard to get in. You had to do an application. The people I know who did do it got rejected. So yeah,
Okay.
this one
Kind of.
because this is a guaranteed cook as well.
So it kind of seems like an Echo competitor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it was on
Okay,
Kraken. You
cool.
could do it. I think it's backed by Kraken. Yeah. So um, yeah.
Have you done any Echo rounds? I feel like that's something I should start paying a bit more attention to.
Yes, I have done only one. It was called Yala, and it did okay. It did like a 2x. I think it's some stablecoin thing on Bitcoin, and I just sold it when I did a 2x.
Okay.
But I haven't. I see. I like every time there's a round, I read into it, but I just never like it because a lot of them are like you only get 10% on TGE, so that sort of thing.
Mm.
Um, so I'm really careful with what I do because the thing is, like, yeah, you may get 300x on Plasma, but then, like Kobe was saying, most of the other ones you're probably going to break even. You're going to have to wait a long time for TGE. It's not always like worth it.
Yeah.
So, but it's a
Yeah.
good platform. You should definitely join because Base has their own does their pre-sales on there, and they had Ethos recently, which I didn't do, but I'm sure that one's going to do well. So imagine if they have something really good on base. I don't know, so it's worth just joining because it takes a day or so, and then at least you're ready in case something like really good comes
Yeah.
up.
Imagine Echo did a airdrop,
Imagine that would be sick. So
but there's actually no chance. I feel like. So if anyone who doesn't know what Echo is, it's Kobe's project. So Kobe is like the probably the biggest goat of CT. He's like real early in crypto and just really goated trader. And he set up Echo for basically retail to get involved in, seed rounds of projects like really, really early. Uh, so that's what Echo is. And there has been a couple of massive successes, but I think most of the projects probably, like we were saying, like might not go anywhere, and you're stuck in these tokens that won't TGE for like a couple of years. So, but yeah, it's something if you're interested in that kind of thing, like high risk, high reward opportunities, like
yeah,
really
like
niche stuff.
imagine if Limitless comes on Echo. That would be
Yeah,
good. Like I don't know if they will, but um, like it's definitely if you don't mind KYC and stuff, it's definitely worth going to Echo, to be honest.
um, yeah,
I mean, Mega ETH did their pre-sale really like low valuation on Echo before they did the fluffle. So that was if you go into that one, you'd probably gonna do well. So
yeah, true. Um, another maybe a project. You were asking me if there's anything I'm looking at. One that I kind of like at the moment is Camino. So if anyone doesn't know what Camino is, it's kind of like the Aave of Solana. So it's just a borrow lend platform. The reason I think this looks good is like it's a really really top notch project, really good team, and like the reason this popped happened and the reason I think it could pop a little bit higher is because these Solana DATs are going to put their Solana to work. So it's not like a Bitcoin digital asset treasury company where they just buy Bitcoin and keep it on their balance sheet. These Solana DATs are actually going to use their Solana. They're going to stake their Solana and they're going to put their Solana, the Solana that they accumulate, into DeFi and try and like get yields on Solana. So like for example, they'll go on Camino, they'll do those like yield arbitrage strategies where they'll borrow USD from like a bank at 5% and then lend it on Camino for 10% and get that yield. So they'll be doing these kind of strategies on DeFi to basically make money for their DAT. So I think the TVL for Camino could increase significantly from these Solana treasury companies. So that's a
Wow, that's
token
a
I'm
good
kind of interested
shout.
in at the moment. Yeah, like it's not going to go 100x. It's obviously kind of a high market cap, but it's been like your downside is probably 25%, but probably nicer upside, and it's like actually a good project that I'd probably be happy holding for multiple years.
Yeah, I think those types of ones right now are better because you should ideally be taking more risk before like it gets really bullish like this, and then
Mm.
then this is the time when alts go crazy and you kind of want to like sell, right? So yeah, it's I think this is a good shout, this one. By the way, you farmed Hyperliquid, right? Did you get a Hyper NFT? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw them. Unfortunately, not. I think that was only to like the biggest farmers. I only got a relatively small airdrop comparisons to most people. Well, not to most people, but like I think there's only what 3,000 of them.
Yeah, actually, that's right.
So
Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty
yeah,
crazy.
they're
I was
yeah
watching the volume on that thing. It's crazy.
yeah. So like the people who got airdropped 7 figures just got airdropped another 100K. So kudos to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would
So
you be a buyer here?
of hyper of these NFT,
Uh, of the NFT?
um, I probably would. What are they like 50 grand?
Yeah, they are 1279 hype, which I don't know how much that is. 46, nearly 60K.
Yeah, that's I wouldn't be spending that much on an NFT in this environment.
They started at someone was selling them at 900 at the start, and like I don't really buy like expensive NFTs, right? But like
Yeah,
one of my friends like was asking me about it, and I was like, yeah, you should probably buy one at 900. But I probably won't buy one here. But even 900 was risky, right? But
yeah.
don't know. I guess people are speculating it's going to get an airdrop, but then will that airdrop be more than the current floor price? That's the thing, right? That's I don't know, a big risk.
I suppose all the people who got airdrop these NFTs are already rich from the first airdrop, so maybe they're just gonna hold these, and they actually look sick, to be honest.
I like them a lot. Yeah, I
Yeah,
do. Although that guy Samurai that we know, he tweeted that he sold his, and you know what? He's like it's a lot of money, so he sold it. So I think that's a good way to look at it as well.
yeah. I think he's mostly out of crypto. I think he only has like 5% left in crypto. So he's kind of out for the cycle. He absolutely crushed it. He actually told me to farm Hyperliquid, and I wish I listened to him a bit more. But yeah,
Same.
It-
I remember he
yeah.
told us on this. He told me at least on the space. You might have been on the space too, and I was like, "This is so much effort," and I bought like $10 of per, and then I just gave up.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to Samurai, absolute legend.
He is.
Um, yeah, just what was I going to say on going back to Camino? Yeah, like for the I feel there's a kind of a new narrative forming it. Like I think what's his name? Who's that Hyperliquid guy? Um,
James Wynn?
no. Uh, fuck. It'll come back to me. But his kind of theory is that like layer ones are massively overvalued, and applications that make money are going to be, probably much better bets. And like the monetary premium of crypto isn't going to get any higher. So like applications that make money or have like good TVL and users is probably a better bet. So that's why another reason I kind of like. I think applications like what you were saying as well, going for the slightly more risky stuff towards the tail end of a bull market, um, but also like these don't really have a monetary premium. They're just kind of based. They're just kind of valued on their actual value, like on the amount of revenue and TVL, which is much easier to value than a monetary premium. Like, like it's kind of completely arbitrary what Solana's value is. Like, it's not based on its revenue really. Same with Ethereum. It's just kind of based on, vibes at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, I'm of that view, like buying these kind of revenue generating apps. Yeah, because, and I guess that's why Pump, it could still be a good one. I mean,
Yeah.
probably wait for a retrace if you're not in, to be honest. Like, won't get FOMO on
Yeah.
green candles, but um,
Yeah.
Pump is good. And even Kathy Wood showed Pump yesterday, I think.
Oh yeah. That's crazy that she
Yeah.
did. That's so funny.
So I think she showed
Like how
Hype
does
as well last week. So
did she?
yeah, she said
Sh-
Hyperliquid's like the new Solana. She said something like that. It's like really good tech or something. So
She's so goated. She's like,
yeah.
in her 50s or 60s. That's crazy.
Yeah, she's good. I could imagine her being a degen, like using Bullx or what is it, Axiom, and trading meme coins. I can
Oh
imagine
man, that
her
would
doing
be brilliant.
that. So, probably not now, but probably last year. You know, the AI thing that would probably attract
Yeah.
people like her, and she'd probably be reading the like white papers and
Yeah.
aping into like Genon and all these random like coins. Yeah,
Yeah, that meta was kind of short lived. Or what do you think in regards to the cycle? Um, I'm kind of I'm not sure if this is something you pay attention to at all. Um, but yeah, everyone was kind of saying we've topped and everything. And it kind of looked like it was over, and now it looks like we're so back. Um, I'm kind of the opinion that the 4 year cycle is kind of a meme now, and it's not really. That doesn't really matter anymore. I know that's famous last words, but I kind of think we will just keep grinding up with no, like everyone's just waiting for a blow off top and then that's it. That's over. I kind of think we're just going to continue just grinding up the way we have since the bottom, just like with not really like any crazy parabolas, and just keep going into 2026. That's kind of my base case. Maybe we do just get a parabola, blow off top, and it's all over before 2026, like what everyone expects, or it's already over. Like I feel like that's the only two options that everyone's saying. But I think it's like if you look at macro and everything, macro kind of is saying that we're going to extend into 2026 and maybe even further than that. So yeah, and I'm
yeah,
also not of the belief like we're just getting rate cuts now, but I also
exactly.
yeah. I also think we're not going to get these kind of crazy bull marks where everything rips like we used to and garbage pumps. Like we will get a little bit of that, but I
I mean,
kind of
Zcash
like
is pumping today, but I think that's good tech, to be honest.
yeah, like I think projects that are actually good, like for the first time in crypto, that's kind of what you should be focusing on, in my opinion. Like projects that are actually good and make money. Like fundamentals actually matter for the
Yeah,
first
I
time.
agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I think like during the bear market, like with the SEC going after everyone, people became nihilistic. So they were like, oh, anything with utility is bearish because SEC will go after them. So then that's why we
Yeah.
had a meme coin super cycle. Um,
Yeah.
but now like SEC is very pro crypto, and like you said, macro is good. Crypto has good products now, like Hyperliquid, Pump.Fun, like tons of others. So yeah, I just think you're why would you buy like too many memes? You can still buy memes, sure. There's some memes are gonna cook, but it's going to be like utility, and that's like a normally a good sign. And like yeah, I just feel like we have the ETFs now, so you can't go parabol, I think, yeah, because of the ETFs and stuff, the institutions. But yeah, I just think we're going to go higher probably. I don't know, Q4 is going to be good, and then hopefully next year maybe we'll retrace a bit and then go higher. We could go lower first and then go higher as well. Some people are saying maybe we go to 90. I don't see it personally. Some people say we'll go to 90 and then to like 150, but who knows, right?
What I think is that people are going to front run the 4-year cycle, sell in Q4, think it's over, and then we're going to have a blow off in 2026 when people realize that the 4-year cycle isn't a thing anymore. That's kind of what I think could happen. And I also want to just mention something else you said. You were talking about meme coins. Like, I agree. I don't think meme coins are the play anymore. I think that like meme coins used to be the play because basically every other altcoin had emissions and tokens were getting dumped on the market by VCs and founders, and basically it was like there was like there was like just constant selling of altcoins, and then meme coins had zero selling. It was like there's no VCs, there's no insiders. It's just like, there's no emissions. It's just like there's a billion coins and that's it. There's never going to be more than a billion coins. And so that was a good meta for a while. But now we have coins where there's a billion coins, but the project is buying back its own coins. So there's no point buying meme coins. Now, when you have coins that are actually buying back their own coins, so like a meme coin has no buybacks, whereas coins that, make revenue do have buybacks. So it's like we've completely, like, crypto's gotten so much better. First because of meme coins, and now because of Hyperliquid, because of these buybacks. So I think that's kind of, I know we've been saying that for the last few months, like buyback coins kind of took a dump recently, but I still think that that's like the safest. Like if your coin has like a like a, a completely a buyer who doesn't care what the price is, like that's just so bullish. It's just going to be a constant buyer no matter what. If they continue making revenue, like that's what you should be focusing on, or like a coin that has the potential to make a lot of revenue and the potential to switch on a buyback. Because once a buyback gets turned on, a flywheel gets turned on for anything, that's probably pretty bullish.
100%. I agree.
Yeah, and basically,
So
like meme coins aren't the play anymore. Is kind of the point I was trying to make. So I know that's kind of obvious, but like just
you can see with Farcoin, which is the leader, right?
yeah,
It's just I think
exactly,
Farcoin is going to be fine, but like it's the low cap ones you should be worried about, to be honest. Like I would rather trade Pump than Farcoin, like here, or maybe Pengu, but yeah, it's just I guess Pengu is like a bit unique in that it's like a utility and a meme coin, so maybe it's slightly better
yeah,
because it's by Pudgy Penguins, right, who do a lot of stuff. So maybe that's the play. You buy the meme coins that have utility behind them.
exactly.
Could be a play.
Yeah, like Farcoin. Like, why would you buy Farcoin when you could buy Pump that buys back a load of its supply?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you were saying, Pengu it doesn't buy back, but it makes revenue and it has like a big IP and a big business backing it. Another one is Giga. I don't know if you still follow Giga, but that
No.
Giga, the Giga Chad meme, like it hasn't really popped off yet, but I still kind of like this one because they've started their own brand, fitness wear brand, and
Oh,
like
interesting.
supplements and stuff. That I think they're doing supplements, pre-workout, and yeah, like I think the pre-workout is called bench press flavor. So I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, they're selling, just gym gear. It's a well-known meme. It's like probably one of the biggest memes there is. So I still like this. I think, like you can clearly see 100 million is potentially a support zone. So I think this is my third biggest meme coin. Unfortunately I didn't sell my meme coins on time, so I'm back holding still. But yeah, it's one of my favorite ones still.
Nice.
Anything else you were looking at?
No, that was it really. Just
Cards came back a little bit.
cards is doing well. I'm not in it anymore, but yeah, I think it's doing crazy revenue. I think I haven't checked, but I think I read
Yeah, I
something
haven't
like
checked
that.
either. I
So
assume it's doing
cards is
good
one to
revenue.
watch. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just got impatient with it, but I'm kind of waiting for a new trend like to come out, and then I'll get into that
Yeah,
instead.
that's fair. Yeah, waiting for the next big meta. Feel like there could be one cooking. Yeah, just before we wrap up, Bitcoin, like this is a big zone. Like we're actually just breaking this big resistance. So I think this is an important level that we've just broke. But we've kind of made a new high, like this one as compared to this one. I'll zoom in a bit. So
Nice.
if we can actually break this, it's pretty bullish. So yeah, things look good, but don't count your chickens just yet. Just like it has to actually break it, confirm the breakout by like retesting and then going higher, and then then we're off to the races, probably new highs. But yeah, I'm not banking on it yet. We could have just come back down. So
You should go on
but we're
another
at a
holiday,
critical zone.
and then it will break the resistance.
Oh man, I went on holiday like here, and then it's just like on holidays. The holiday ended up being quite expensive, and I'm like, oh man, I've just lost so much money. Like all my coins nuked so much. I was like, oh Jesus Christ! Just like when you get stressed on holiday when you're losing so much and you can't really
Yeah,
do anything about it. Yeah, but and then everything came back, and I'm like, oh, nice.
nice.
Sick. I think that was basically all the main topics over the last couple of weeks. Yeah, that was a fun one. Was there any last couple of things you want to mention or anything?
No, nothing else for me. Yeah, how about you?
Yeah, I think we covered a lot. That was a fun episode. So yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Hopefully the audio is working on Pump.Fun this time. I'll ask, if anyone's on Pump.Fun, if you could just message in the live chat or on comment if the audio is working, because the last few times I had it set up incorrectly, which I apologize for that. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks a million, Comfy Jen, again. And
Likewise.
catch you guys next week. And cheers, Comfy Jen.
Cheers,
See you
mate.
guys.
Bye.
Cheers, bro. Bye.